Hey superstars, here are 2 mini lessons you can use to choose better dates for yourself. I'm Helena. I'm a syndicated columnist with Tribune Content Agency, a developer, founder, and author. Lesson 1, why some days aren't as good as they look. This is something new I've been researching and learning about for over the last year or so. We're going to use the month of July 2026 as the example. For context, each day score point is graphed for noon. For the Americas region, that's noon for time zone UTC-6. Adjust this for other Americas time zones. Don't just look at the noontime dot. Look at the direction the stars move from one noontime to the next. Here's an example. On July 13th, the noontime score is about plus 400. Look at what happens after noon. There's a strong downward slide in the afternoon after the noontime dot. It slides down to below 0 for the July 14th noontime dot. Now, look at the strong upward slide in the afternoon of July 14th and in the morning of July 15th, up to the approximately plus 600 score for noon on July 15th. Don't just look at the day score, look at the direction the stars are moving. Sinking stars bring sinking odds. Rising stars bring rising odds. A top scoring day that sinks afternoon time isn't the very best day. For 2026, if you compare calendar and graph for the same month, you'll see that my designated very best days don't immediately begin to sink afternoon time. A high-scoring day that sinks afternoon is only a second best day. It can still be a useful day for you, but what you begin on a day like that won't have longevity. Lesson 2, how to use my graphs to understand the future of what you start. Here's how to understand longevity. We're going to talk about progressions. In this case, not your personal progressions, but the progressions for something you begin, like a new job or a new relationship. Progressions are the timeline of what you start, how it's likely to go year by year. Choose dates not just for year 1, choose dates for what you want to unfold ongoing. Progressions in Genesis astrology run under the day for a year theory. It is one of the mainstream astrology techniques that has held up under research. Making a decisive action intentionally on a specific day that will bring you the best odds is called locking the day. Here's why the day you lock is so important. The day you lock sets up the ruling chart for the job or relationship or whatever. The ruling chart is a natal chart and is progressed like a natal chart. To see something's timeline and longevity, count the days after the day you lock for your new beginning. Each day on the graph equals 1 year in the lifespan of what you locked. The graph is the timeline going forward, both good and bad. Days above the 0 line represent better years. Even higher scores represent even better years. The number of days above the 0 line tells you how many years you have before whatever you begin encounters significant challenges. Days below the 0 line will be years with challenges. The lower below 0 the score drops to, the greater the challenge likely to emerge in that year. In this example, if you start something July 15th, you have the most rapid upward momentum before noon. You then have 2.5 years to July 17th before energies start to slide downward after the middle of year 3. You have 5 years to July 20th before the energy mid-year begins the slide toward and below the 0 line in year 6, potentially bringing challenges. Then that downward slide continues through the first half of year 7 before things start to slide upward and get easier toward year 8. That's how you know the longevity for dates you choose. Learn more about progressions on my free teaching site, genesisastrology.com. Get the current graph free on my e-commerce site, magihelena.com. You can also order the whole year of 2026 or any quarter in advance. Your timing makes your odds. Get better at timing, get better outcomes. So much love.